used to think the client journey started with a phone call, a completed form, a DM answered, a calendar invite. It doesn't. By the time someone reaches out to you, the journey already has started. Think about that. How are you onboarding your clients? Something happened first, a moment, a break, a breaking point. That moment has a name in process work. And once you learn to see it, you cannot unsee it. It's called the trigger. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately. How the trigger matters so much. So, let's talk about that. I'm Milton Flanoy, and this is The Real Place. Today's truth: your process doesn't start with a DM, a phone call, an online form that's completed. It begins with the trigger, the true trigger, the problem that caused somebody to reach out. And reach out they did. They really had something that they couldn't solve on their own, and so they needed help. In lean thinking, we don't study a process starting at one step or step one. We study it starting at the moment the need became real. That moment is the trigger. A trigger is the event that turns a passive want into an active search. Before the trigger, someone has a problem they're living with. After the trigger, they have a problem they're trying to solve. Three things almost always cause a trigger: a breaking point. Something finally failed, broke, or became unbearable. Think about that. Like I said, I support my fiance with her interior design business. And oftentimes, what we hear time and time again: I need help. I just can't do this. Something's missing. It just doesn't feel right. They think about that when they enter their home and when they engage with the space. Second, and trigger things that possibly start before the trigger: a deadline. A date arrived that made waiting no longer an option. That could be many things. Oftentimes it's a holiday approaching, a birthday, an event. That's what it is. And like many say, the third one is the thief of joy. The comparison. They saw someone else's result and realized what they had wasn't enough anymore. You don't know your client's trigger. You don't actually know your client. You only know their symptoms. Think about that. What's the symptom you are trying to fix? Here's a quick one from the business. The homeowner doesn't wake up on Tuesday and decide to hire a designer for no reason. Something happens first. Maybe they hosted a family holiday and felt embarrassed by a room that never got finished. That's a breaking point. Maybe they're closing on a new home in 60 days and they just see a bunch of empty rooms that they want completed. That's a deadline. You see, in comparison, maybe they walked in their buddy's house, saw a beautiful office, and thought, maybe that could be my space. Or they were scrolling on Instagram and was like, man, that's awesome. I wish I had that. Yeah, that's the comparison. 3 different triggers, 3 different emotional entry points and motivations. But they all want that same service, that personal touch, the white glove. And sometimes that's what it's about. That's what it's really about. A designer who understands this doesn't open the first door or conversation with fabric, with stylings, with accessories, or floor plans. They understand it at its heart. They open with the question. the trigger. What is it that you're really trying to accomplish? What made you come to me? Now, is this finally the right time for you to do this? I think about this often as I engage with different clients. That question does two things. At first, it builds trust fast because you're getting at the heart. The client feels seen instead of sold to. Think about that. They want to sit with that. They live with that. And it hands the designer the exact language to use in every proposal, every follow-up, every piece of content that comes after. It gets at the heart of their reasoning, why they want this done, and what it will do for them. And to me, that's the amazing. That's the aha. That's what makes it click for many people. So it becomes the fact that the customer is seen, they're heard, they're understood at a very personal and emotional sense. That's exactly what this type of environment strives to do. And you have to think, why does this matter so much? Some people can name it, some people can't. But it really is about thinking about this, because this isn't just a design principle, it's a business principle. Every client in every industry has a trigger sitting underneath their question. Your job is not to guess it. Your job is to build a process that asks for it, listen for it, and respond to it directly. Locate the trigger. Everything else in the journey, build on top of that. Are you building on top of that? I think about the trigger in my own life too. Not just client ones. Every trigger. Whether it be the decisions I made, the breaking points I faced, a deadline, a comparison. I often have to do this. So I don't reinvent the wheel. I compare one process to another. Is this a rework of an existing problem? I've seen this for a long time in most situations. It's that recall effect. And it's what has helped and allowed me to be very nimble, very agile, and very focused. Because growth doesn't start with the decision. It starts with the moment that making the decision is necessary. Think about that. Is yours necessary? Find that moment in your business and in yourself, and you'll stop guessing what people need. And that's your real trigger. This is the real place, and I'll see you on the next one.